Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hit Chat Group Chat. I'm your co-host, Connor Reynolds, with literally right beside me, JP Fasone and Connor Burns. JP, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. Excited to have you here. Look at this in person, huh?
Let's go.
Oh, good.
Let's go. Burnsy, how you doing, dog?
Doing well, boys. I'm the weird floating talking head now. I feel out of place, but doing well. Good to see you, boys.
It's good to see you, man. We last left off the last podcast. Essentially, I titled it "No More Podcast?" ? If you actually listened, like you're probably listening right now, obviously you knew I was going to be moving up to Kent, Washington. Here we are. So JP and I are going to be doing podcasts in person from here on out, most likely, barring anything going crazy. We're actually going to be having Burnsy in-house for a live podcast here towards the end of May. Really excited, looking forward to that. But right now, this is kind of the setup we're attempting. I'm also seeing if there's a possibility of doing something here at my apartment in a little bit. Maybe with Luke, who's a former athlete of mine. He's actually moving up for the summer to train here with me for pitching and hitting, seeing if he could possibly be like a Jamie of ours or something like that. So that might be in the works. And if this is like a little difficult to kind of like follow along, or if visually not as pleasing, let us know. We'll try and make some adjustments. But if you're just listening, it should be the same thing. If audio sounds a little bit different or anything like that, please just let us know. We'll do everything that we can to try and either keep it the same quality product or make it a little bit better with this new move. So outside of that, that's big changes for me.
Yeah.
Any big changes for you?
You're here. That's the big change.
I am.
Yeah. I mean, we're, as you can tell, today I was all over the place. We got a lot of things coming down the pipe for the summer. A lot of different programming talks and scheduling and how the hell we're gonna get this many guys going in and out of the door this summer. But you're here. We're to help out, thank goodness. And yeah, we're just getting ready for the chaos that's to come.
I'm pumped. We talked about it for a while and finally making it happen, Captain. Yeah, pretty pumped to be here. Burnsy, anything new with you, sir? You look like you're in a newer space. I know in the office all the time.
I did one at AHP probably like a month and a half ago ish. But the Wi-Fi kind of sucks there right now. That's a whole other issue. But no, not a new space. This is my apartment. But yeah, no, I'm grinding right now. I'm on going on a weekend 6 in a row on the road. I got 2 more weekends on the road. Been a grind on the road right now, and then get 1 weekend off. And then I go on a bachelor party, and then I'm headed to Seattle U boys. So a lot of life on the road for me in the last month and a half. But baseball's back, and happy to be outside. So can't really complain.
Oh yeah, how the boys been?
Been tough. It's been tough. A lot of tough L's in the spring thus far. But I saw some good progress, which is good. I thought our offense has come along. I thought a team approach has come along. Guys are kind of starting to figure it out, kind of get back in the swing of things. I think we set up a pretty tough schedule to kind of start the year. We didn't really play a lot of teams that are, kind of set us up for success, right? We're playing a lot of teams that are just straight up better than us. I think that's good for growth, learning from failure, but it'd be nice to get some wins. I'll tell you that much. But grinding now. I'm onto a new team, summer team now, so a completely different roster. Different teams are playing and stuff like that. So excited for that to get started up. That starts up this weekend for me. So
what does your practice plans look like moving forward with how you guys have been playing in the games last couple weeks. Are you looking to make any adjustments? Are you guys able to honestly have that much time? How much on the road you guys have been? Like, what adjustments are you looking to try and make, whether it's in the facility, maybe it's pregame BP, maybe it's on the road, doing some mental stuff? Well, what are the plans moving forward?
I think for me, a lot of my role has been last couple of weeks, month has been kind of more psychologist than anything. Um, I think we've been dealing with a lot of failure. And I think that comes with, starting off a spring. Like that, especially with high school hitters, it's tough to make that adjustment. So it's been a lot of, one-on-one conversations, hey man, how's it going? Like, how's the swing feeling? How do you think our at-bats are doing? Really with these guys, I'm really working through trying to find their individual approach, what works best for them. Switching up routines. What are they thinking about on the hole? What are they thinking about on deck? Hey man, like, have you been carrying your at-bats out to defense? Stuff like that. So it's been a lot of one-on-one conversations and really working through what their mindset has been. And honestly, in the last couple of weeks, man, it's been tough. We had 2 guys break their thumbs in 4-day span. One was from just like a 94-mile-per-hour ground ball, and the infield hit him the thumb. He played the next day, didn't really bruised hand, whatever. Turns out broken thumb. He was one of our best hitters, and then our one of our best catchers. We were doing fly ball communication. He called for a ball that he shouldn't have, ran into third baseman, broke his thumb on his catching hand in his glove somehow. So we lost our 2 best hitters there, and some younger guys had to come in who probably wouldn't play a lot. And honestly, dealing with a lot of injuries. So, had a lot of younger guys in that were getting really, really beat up and playing a lot more than they used to. So there's a lot of talking them through and, making sure it's like, hey man, it'll be okay. Like we're going to get better. We're going to get there. It's all right. You just got to kind of trust the process. But a lot of it was managing just straight up body soreness and stuff like that. We're playing a lot of like 5-game weekends, and just straight up a lot of guys just were not used to that workload. So, I think I took it easier definitely with the practice planning. Definitely still some shit and beat up.
I hear you. Well, little transition. Some fun stuff. We ended up doing a little floor action today. Me and JP, the boys.
What do you think? I mean, we're 2 days in?
Yeah, 2 was well. Just completed day 3. Day 1 was a lot of like here in the office though.
Yep.
It's been a lot of fun. It was enjoyable for me. I feel like something I really enjoy is being able to kind of like come up with something on the fly, like being able to kind of like get thrown a scenario and say like, hey, kind of create something from this. Luckily, the system that they have here at Driveline, everything's kind of pre-programmed. So it wasn't necessarily like me trying to learn about the hitter while then also trying to create plans at the same time. Plans were already created. And so more so it was just me understanding like why were these drills picked? Why is this athlete needing to work on this? And then being able to like workshop with a hitter. That's one of the things I would say. All of these hitters that I've been able to just see and shadowing or working with, they all have a really good idea of like what they're needing to work on. And so it's not really necessarily like a guess for a lot of these guys, what the focus of what they're doing that day is. And something that makes the transition really easy, being able to work with athletes, with me being kind of like newer to it. They have a really good idea of what is needed to be done and how it needs to get done, like how to work the machines, like where to set everything up. And so it's making it like really easy to just kind of like essentially it almost feels like what I've been doing for the last little bit is kind of the exact same thing that I'm here with. Again, like minus the planning and different things like that. But so far it's been a lot of fun. The one little panic that I had so far today, actually there's been 2 panics. 2 panics. We'll get to the first one of the day here in a little bit, but the only panic I had is I went to turn on hit tracks right before we started our sessions, and we needed to renew the lease or something like that on our license. And so it came up and was like, hey, cannot access this until it's like paid. And then I couldn't find JP or like any of the guys that like know what to do in that scenario. They were all on meetings. And so I kind of was just sitting there like, I don't know how to go about this, but there were some other trainers that were walking by that knew how to handle it. So that made it easy. But Bernsey, I fucked up today, dude. I fucked up.
Deal.
So we've been having 9 a.m. meetings for the hitting department. So Monday 9 a.m. came in. Tuesday 9 a.m. came in. Found out you really need to make sure you're checking your email. Cause came in today at 8:50, felt good. Walked in, type in my code, step in, and there's just like 50 sets of eyes just like staring at me. And I like look to my right a little bit and there's a giant projector screen. There was a company-wide meeting with Arizona, Bodie, Mike, the CEO, like everybody's there. And I just strolled on in 20 minutes late. So that was pretty cool.
It's just like the back door where like all the employees come in. It's like right into the cage. So we just like move the cage back, set up a bunch of chairs, put a projector on the net. Like we got Zoom going on so you can see the dudes at AZ. And just like, 30 minutes into the meeting, we just hear the code getting punched into the door. And everybody just looks right at the door. Here walks in Randall with fanny pack, backpack, water bottle, like ready to go. And just freezing. It's like, oh. I know, that was classic. Yeah, I talked to the lead hitting guy here. He was like, what are the odds Reynolds shows up late tomorrow? And I was like, well, we kind of talked about it. Like, but it'll be good. I think it'll be there on time. Sure enough, that just rolled right in. Not the first time that's happened to somebody. It definitely won't be the last. But I was pretty good. Yeah, first look.
Definitely learned keep better eye on Slack and emails. Learning opportunity, hand up. Me, I messed up. So we'll get better.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like that. I think
to be granted, today's the first day I've gotten like a laptop.
Yeah.
I still don't have Wi-Fi on my place.
It's tough. It's tough to have that meeting on day 3. It's tough to have that meeting on day 3.
But
Did you say anything? No, say anything, or you just was it like the Homer Simpson meme where you just went back into the bush?
I tried so hard because there was another door to the left that goes into like the warehouse, and for a split second when I froze, my thought process was, okay, lots of people, yeah. I messed up. How do I make it to where I'm not as noticed? And I look to my left, I see this wide open door, and I was like, I could just go right in there. I don't know if there's a way out though. So then at some point, I would then have to come back out from that same door. So I was like, I'm just going to wear this. I'll go sit front row. And then Dudo, who ended up giving a presentation in it, he like looked at me and was just like, nice. Gave me knuckles. So, it was one of those where it's like obvious, like learning opportunity. It's not going to be a habit. If it was to become a habit, the response will not be the same. I don't expect it to be the same. It won't happen though, so we're solid. But yeah, that was day 3. That's going to be in my tweet coming up here in a little bit. Just make sure you check your emails, kids. Make sure you check the emails.
I think the funniest part was I was sitting there and we're going through a business review and talking about like long-term plans for the company, like what are our company values, and I was like, oh, this is really good stuff for Reynolds to hear, like, where we're going and all that, and then it's not even, didn't hear any of it.
Now, word on the street is 2 of the high performance interns didn't even make it.
Yeah, it's, like I said, it's not an uncommon thing. We only do it once a month, so it's easy to miss, but won't happen again.
That won't.
Won't happen again. But yeah. Speaking of having you out there, it was nice to. I think the big thing with the interns a lot of the times like it can be an intimidating environment to walk into, but I think the nice part for you is like you hit tracks, you use all that stuff, like it's nothing so foreign. And your personality is not very timid. So that definitely makes it easier.
I will say like the most overwhelming, like I knew it was going to be overwhelming, you know, we've been told by all the people that have been interns in the past, you know, it's going to be very overwhelming. Obviously, day 1 of on the floor, day 3 of seeing like being on the floor and everything like that, I would say like it's not as intimidating to me as the administrative side.
Yeah.
Like the overwhelming aspect is just like literally, and this is gonna sound maybe to like anybody that's like had a real job where like you have to pay attention to emails and stuff like that. Like I've never really like needed to just like check my emails like every hour. Like I've never had to do that. Like I've never had to like be talking to people from like 3 different departments in a Slack channel and like having to do so like that aspect, that's definitely been like overwhelming in the sense of like needing to kind of like change how I go about like things like that. On the floor, like very comfortable. And so like I definitely underestimated like the administrative side of things, with just how I guess well oiled or like how like fluid everything is. And like I think that's how it's like everybody has been doing this for a while, and so it's like to them second nature, right? And so now I'm just trying to like, you know, not be the weakest link in the chain with everything.
Yeah, it's definitely very different than working independently, doing your own groups and stuff like that. There's a lot of other things to think about and a lot of other people that like are involved in everything. So yeah, it's communication's key and like making sure you're on top of that stuff. But I think like I was telling another intern a couple weeks ago, just like I think you kind of figure out what do I need to read, like what do I not need to read. It just takes a little bit, like, you know, now you need to look up for the meetings. But it just takes a little bit because there's a lot of things going on, and most of it you don't need to know. But the stuff you do need to know, you really need to know.
Oh yeah. I would say
Not
the funnest part so far though has been Matt Cressy. Like talking with him about they're looking to try and expand their like recording in the Launchpad, their like motion capture lab, and also like the regular on the floor cages. And so like just being able to kind of like workshop and see what they've done already, and different things like that, and like the different things I've done. I really do enjoy that aspect of it. And so like getting to talk with like other people that kind of like nerd out about it, that's been a lot of fun. Cause like in the past, like pulling up like Streamlabs and showing like the different scenes and how I, you know, crafted different things like that. Other people are like, all right, when's this conversation over? Like really looking for a new topic. But different cats here, man, they really enjoyed. So that's been a lot of fun too. But Burnsy, for you, what would you say has been the most entertaining bus ride story that you've gotten in the last like 6 weeks? Have you been on the road for 6 weeks, or has it been 4? 6 total.
6. Yeah. Oh, man.
Give us a good
These
bus
guys are-
story.
High school kids are insane.
Different beast.
Spot. And like, so we had a bus our first trip for our like week long one. The last 3, me and my other coach, we rent 2 14-passenger vans, so we get half and half a team, like literally drive them 3 hours. Fuck man, 2 weeks ago, two kids, they are not the sharpest tools in the shed, I'll just say that. Legit, they were having like half an hour. They had a spelling bee contest, man, and it was absolutely outrageous. the words they were misspelling. Like I was like, oh my God, like what the hell? And I don't know why the hell they did it. But the guy was like, you're stupid. He's like, man, I'm smarter than you. He's like, blah, blah. And the guy in the front's like, okay, I'm going to give you guys a bunch of words here to spell. We'll see. And like, outrageous how bad it's spelling there. I was like laughing, but also in my head, I was like, oh my God, what does our education system come to? Like, what is going on?
Pretty soon.
That was one, like, holy shit. I couldn't believe it.
I don't know if we got much room to talk.
No, I can't spell worth shit.
Hey, high props to the guy that came up with that, though. I mean, that's just good feel to listen into those two guys and be like, oh, okay, I got John.
Yeah, no, it's outrageous, man. Like, there's one dude who's got a girlfriend, and like the jokes flying around about this guy's girlfriend. I was like, you guys are fucking mean. And I'm like, what the hell? Oh my God.
Have the boys gotten into have the boys gotten into any like travel games, black magic, open closed, anything like that?
Oh yeah, we did with black magic, green glass doors, hack game. Have you guys heard of the elevator game? I'm a big fan of that one.
No, you don't know. Let's play it.
Okay, it's super simple, all right? So you hop in the elevator, you go up 4 floors, and then you go down 2. Where are you at?
Third?
Or 3.
Third floor?
You're in Canada.
I hate days like that. Every road trip, I would just wear it because I was so bad at.
I could never do the travel game.
I could. They're so like simple. It's so once you get it, you're like, what the hell? Yes. Like that. The elevator game is the easiest thing in the world. It's so stupid. What else? We play the name game. Like we'll do MLB name game where literally so I'll say like Mike Trout and then JP. You'll have to say an MLB player with this name that starts with a T. So you'd say like Troy Gloss and you go for that. That's a good time killer too.
Troy Gloss. That's a good pull. That's a good time. We always played Mafia.
Are you able to do that in Van Zone?
Yeah, Mafia would be tough.
No, Vans, we didn't really do it. And on the bus trips, like, we'll play Mafia.
Mafia, bro. Have to ask. Needed.
Picking the mighty.
Classic.
Yeah.
Absolute classic.
I remember our head coach at Dallas would always play Mafia, and he would be the guy to be like, I'm the sheriff. I know exactly every single time. Yeah, that's
and then you always have the one guy that just gets every single game. It's like, you're in the Mafia, and they're like, what the fuck do you mean? And then everyone just votes him out.
Always. Yeah. That's good.
I got a little trivia. I don't know if maybe you know this. Maybe it's different in Canada though. You guys know the interstate lines, the like white stripes on the highway in between the lanes? You know those are 10-foot long?
I did know that.
I don't know if it's like that in Canada, but at least in the U.S., interstates they're 10-foot long. How we found this out is a kid brought this up on one of our bus rides in the van, and when we got to our hotel, this is with Al Blesser, with the Colorado Instructional League out in Kansas. The hotel was right off of the highway, so once we got to the hotel, we had 2 kids run out into the middle of the highway, lay down head to foot to double check. And then after we did that, then we went to Google and then confirmed it. But we had to make sure that we had 2 kids lay down in the middle of the highway at like 10 o'clock at night.
It's good safety protocol. Jesus. Dang.
Well, shoot, boys. I don't know, Burns, did you have any questions?
No, man. I mean, fuck. It's sick that you're up there. I'm sure next week you'll have a lot more stories to go into. Hopefully, you're not late for any more bucket meetings. But nah, man, that's sweet, and I'm happy for you. It seems like you're having a good time figuring shit out. So I'm pumped up the month to be able to see you guys a lot.
Yeah,
Pumped to have it.
That's gonna be exciting. yeah, I think we're still doing it. We're still alive. We're here. We're still here. Yeah, Playful podcast going forward, like same deal.
Same.
Just do it in person. Maybe we'll try to just set up a little bit, but go from there.
Oh yeah, baby. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. This was this week's Hit Chat group chat. Appreciate you guys. Leave any comments below if there's anything you guys would like to see a little bit different, maybe audio, visual, whatever it may be. Just let us know. But until next week, we shall see you guys.